And we're back with 3 games in 3 minutes. Joining me again is Darren Gladstone, Senior Editor for Games for Windows Magazine. Thanks for joining me again.
Good to be back.
Let's jump right in. Let's start with Skate for the 360 and the PS3. Give us a rundown.
Okay, so first of all, you're a Tony Hawk fan?
Yeah.
So you played the games in the past, and you know how it's, you have these usually like really trippy tasks of like grinding off crazy rails that, you know, normally wouldn't be there in real life sort of thing. And it's a series of button mashing. You hit the triangle or whatever, and you just do all these crazy, you know, connect combos. Skate is actually trying to go for a more realistic approach, and and basically you have all the same kind of stuff. You know, you're grinding rails, you're pulling off the tricks, but instead of the usual just hitting a button and you're chaining together combos, what you're doing is the right stick controls the person's body, and the left stick controls the skateboard itself. So, like, let's say you want to pop a flip, or you pop an ollie, a quick thing. So,
right.
So you move down on the right stick and flick it up really fast, and there's your stun. So basically, instead of the usual, like, it's no joke, it is a little tougher. Okay, I strike that. It's a lot tougher.
Oh, which is a skateboarding version of Guitar Hero.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, okay. Speaking of Guitar Hero, jam sessions for the DS.
Ah, you see how you did that?
I just stumbled on it. It happens. Now, I watched the video for this game and I don't get it.
Okay, you see, that's your first mistake. It's not a game. Okay, so yes, it's on the DS. So jam sessions, for those who don't know, basically, for lack of a better term, it's kind of a guitar simulator, except an acoustic guitar simulator. But you're not really using you're not using a fretboard, obviously. But what you're doing is the D-pad and the shoulder buttons can toggle which sort of chords you're going to hit, and then you strum. But I started goofing around with jam sessions just to see what it was all about, and what it did give me, as I started going through the training and just practicing a little, I'm starting to get an ear for the chords, or at least I can identify a G or whatever. So, I'm like, hey, I couldn't do that before. So I would say that yes, it comes on a cartridge, and yes, it plugs into a DS, but it's more of a tool than it is, it's an app.
Now let's move on to the last game, which is for the PC. But it's a group of games,
Kloonigames.
Right.
Okay.
Just give us a quick rundown of what they are, how they came about, and...
Okay, well, so first of all, Kloonigames is a website. It's actually a game blog. And not George Clooney, it's Klooni Games. So, Petri Puri, and if I'm mispronouncing the name, my apologies. But, so this guy was a man on a mission. For a year, he created one game a month. And he recently closed what he calls the end of Season 1. So for 12 months, every month he was making a brand new game. And I've been following his stuff for a long time now. I've actually written up a couple of his games in the magazine. Back when Pluto lost its name and just became an interstellar object. Right. He did a game called Pluto Strikes Back. He did let me see, there's a quick puzzle kind of game called Slimy Pete Singles Bar. We have to where you're the bartender trying to get the man and woman to get closer together. Nice. But anyway, so the point is he's been doing all these games for this long, and I've written a couple up, and they're each of them stand on their own as fun games. So I guess I wanted to give a shout out to the guy who spent a year making 12 pretty fun games.
Thanks, Darren. Appreciate it. So that wraps it up for this week. We got Skate for the 360 and PS3. A little bit harder than Tony Hawk. Check it out. We've got jam sessions for the DS. Not a game, but more of a music tool. Interesting. Got to check that one out too. And now the shout out for the indie scene, Kloonigames. We're going to have the links up on the website. Enjoy them. Back to you guys.